A soldier found a photo of a beautiful woman on the battlefield. Just as he was about to take it with him, a shell landed right where he'd been standing moments before. The powerful shockwave instantly consumed his surrounding comrades, yet he alone survived by sheer luck, all because of this photo. Looking at the words "Keep Safe" written on the back, his fellow soldiers envied him for having such a beautiful guardian angel, but only he knew it didn't belong to him. So he asked every one of his comrades, but still couldn't find the photo's true owner. His buddies figured Logan would eventually meet the girl in the picture, and when that day came, he'd have to thank her for saving his life. But no sooner had they spoken than they came under fierce attack again. Once more, Logan became the sole survivor in that wasteland of rubble. After his discharge, Logan returned to his long-lost hometown. He thought that leaving the smoke of war behind would bring him inner peace, but post-war syndrome followed him like a shadow. Constant vigilance became an invisible shackle, keeping him on edge about his surroundings at all times. It wasn't until his sister turned off that noisy TV that Logan's taut nerves finally got a moment's respite. But one day, his two mischievous nephews decided to wake their uncle with a prank. They never expected that in his startled state, Logan's body would react faster than his brain. In an instant, he had his older nephew by the throat. His sister stood in the doorway, her face filled with shock and disbelief. The speechless silence heard more than any words of accusation ever could. Survivor's guilt knotted Logan's heart like a venomous snake, leaving him unable to find peace. He pulled out that photo again, now worn from constant handling, as if it were his only connection to the past. Using the blurry lighthouse information in the photo, he set out alone on a long journey of searching. His footsteps echoed on the highway, from scorching sun to gentle rain, leaving behind the chaotic memories and battlefield carnage to the wind. The scenery flowed past him like medicine for his soul, slowly soothing his frayed nerves, until morning light pierced through the mist, and a distant lighthouse stood quietly in the distance. He finally understood. What he was searching for wasn't just the woman in the photo, but a reason for his soul to find grounding in peace. After much inquiry and relentless effort, Logan finally learned the woman's name was Beth, and about the pet hotel she ran outside of town. With this concrete information, he couldn't wait to visit. The moment the woman appeared, Logan found himself frozen and at a loss. He'd witnessed countless sunrises and sunsets, but never had he felt light could so gently outline a person's silhouette. He meant to take out the photo to explain why he'd come, but in his nervousness, he accidentally pulled out a job flyer from his pocket instead. Seeing this, Beth mistook him for a job applicant, and enthusiastically began explaining the daily work routine.
And help, Logan, that's the job. We just need some help.
Logan stared at the application form, lost in thought. As far as he was concerned, revealing the truth could wait for a better moment. But if he could work alongside Beth, that would already be a gift from fate beyond his expectations.
Can I borrow your pen?
Seeing the man agree so readily, Beth couldn't help but wonder about his work experience.
So besides Zeus, do you have any experience working with dogs?
I worked with some bomb dogs.
Oh, so you were a
And
cop.
Marine.
Learning that the man had traveled nearly 1,500 miles to get here, Beth was immediately taken aback.
You don't need to finish filling that out.
Sounds like you're having trouble finding someone for the job.
Why does a person drive from Colorado to Louisiana to work in a dog kennel?
I couldn't tell you. I walked.
You walked. You walked here from Colorado?
I like to walk.
Clearly, the woman now saw Logan as some kind of deranged lunatic. She wasn't about to let someone with unclear intentions intrude into her life, so she went to her grandmother, trying to get her to send the man away.
Are you crazy?
I beg your pardon, ma'am?
My granddaughter thinks you might be crazy.
No, ma'am.
From his face, Grandma could tell the man was a smart fellow, but what surprised her was,
You tell me why does a sharp, capable young man want a job cleaning cages?
Logan said his previous work had been filled with violence and death, and now he just wanted a peaceful job. Plus, he had years of dog training experience. Watching the man and dog walk away, Beth inquired about it.
How'd you get him to leave?
I gave him the job.
You what?
Gotta hire somebody.
You don't know anything about him.
Neither do you.
Soon, Logan rented an old house nearby. He decided to stay and work for now, the truth stuck in his throat like a bone. He could only transform his 1,000 words into silent labor. Feeding the dogs, cleaning the yard, he always worked with swift efficiency. He could always complete his assigned tasks quickly and properly, then voluntarily take on other burdens. Repairing loose rafters, fixing the broken tractor, clearing out this year's clutter. His diligence didn't seem forced, but rather like an instinct he was born with. Watching this hard-working young man, Grandma's eyes were full of comfort and appreciation, yet Beth always maintained a subtle distance from Logan. She noticed this man constantly cast glances her way when she wasn't looking. That gaze was too focused, carrying a complex emotion she couldn't understand, making her feel uneasy. But Beth was completely unaware of what this meant to Logan. To him, she was the only anchor in his chaotic world. Just seeing her allowed his war-ravaged, restless heart to find temporary harbor, and gain a moment of precious peace. The first to accept Logan was Beth's son. This 8-year-old boy, shy by nature, would always hide in corners practicing his violin. Whenever Logan passed by, he would stop to listen intently, then offer generous praise.
Not bad.
I didn't think anyone was listening.
Glad I was.
These simple encouragements gave the boy tremendous confidence and laid the foundation for their later stage performance together. One day, a police officer suddenly burst into the kennel. When he saw Logan, his face was full of confusion.
How you doing around here?
Upon learning Logan worked there, his expression immediately turned serious.
We hands on that bitch.
Why?
Oh, you want to do this at the station?
Facing the man's unquestionable authority, Logan, not wanting to cause trouble, could only yield. He obediently placed his hands on the table and let the officer check his ID.
Soldier boy. Sergeant Logan Thibault.
It's Tebow. And I'm a Marine.
Seeing nothing wrong with the documents, the man started asking Logan about Beth's whereabouts.
They're all out. Do you want me to give Beth a message?
Oh. So it's Beth, isn't it?
Turns out the man was Beth's ex-husband, a local police officer who wielded immense power. Leveraging his family background and position, he could practically do whatever he wanted in town. The divorce hadn't made him let go of Beth. Instead, he used their son's custody as a chain to keep her firmly within his control. He needed Beth to accompany him to various glamorous occasions, maintaining the false image of a perfect family to preserve his utterly fake respectability before others. This satisfied his twisted, sick need for control. Beth was physically and mentally exhausted, but didn't dare break free. She knew that once she resisted, she might lose her son forever, so she could only silently endure it all. Her life and emotions imprisoned together in an invisible cage. One day, while wandering around Beth's house, Logan stumbled upon a piano. His fingers touched the keys lightly, and that crisp, melodious tune echoed through the room. A surge of irrepressible impulse rose in his heart. He couldn't help but want to play a piece. This scene happened to be witnessed by the boy, whose eyes were full of admiration and respect for Logan's talent. To get to know Logan better, he insisted on having him stay for dinner, despite his mother's attempts to dissuade him. Watching the two interact so happily, the corners of Beth's mouth unconsciously turned upward. It had been so long since she'd seen her son laugh so heartily. Since the divorce, the boy had become sensitive and prematurely mature, rarely showing such innocence in front of strangers. After dinner, the two started playing chess to pass the time, but compared to the boy's relaxed and comfortable demeanor, Logan just furrowed his brows with a worried expression. Clearly, he was no match for the boy at all. With just a few simple moves, the boy had Logan cornered. Beth found this hard to believe. Having witnessed the little boy's chess skills, Logan asked if he had any other hidden talents.
You're the one with the secret. I saw him playing the piano.
Beth's shock was tinged with a hint of displeasure. She knew well that if her ex-husband found out a strange man had been in the house playing piano and having fun, that control freak would never let this leverage slip away. But seeing the happy times the boy and Logan shared, even though she had 100 concerns, they all ultimately dissipated. As he was leaving, Logan mustered the courage to tell Beth the truth, but gazing at her gentle face, all those lines he'd rehearsed countless times in his mind suddenly got stuck in his throat.
Sorry, I can't find the right words.
It's all right. Another time, maybe. After all, I'm not going anywhere.
Logan knew that if he confessed the truth now, all his previous actions and efforts would seem highly suspicious. He feared Beth would think everything he'd done was just a carefully orchestrated approach. But soon enough, things took an unexpected turn.